Navi, no matter what, they were going to get something out of the draft, which is cool. This is a more diverse Navi than we've ever seen.
Show me Invoker.
10 seconds remaining.
First pick? I think Invoker's okay here for this.
How do you respond
for this
like
particular series?
Safe lane OD plus Beastmaster, off lane for Navi, or just go for the Chen again?
Chen OD is an okay response. Chen DP.
Reserve time.
Okay, so Invoker's taken,
Navi's
then I think Navi should respond with...
What's the difference in your head? You said Chen DP, Chen OD.
Because if Navi struggles to go high ground, then they take the DP. If they want the more favorable matchup slash a better way to go into the late game, then you take the OD.
And again, giving Ditira our hero, because he's been focused with the Lycan, and they banned the Nature's Prophet themselves.
Yeah.
Do you think, which one do you think fits Dandy's playstyle a little bit more?
He had a great game on DP the other day.
He did.
He was like the only reason they could stay in it. It was again the secret one, but the only reason they stayed in the game was that Dendy kept on top of net worth while running around from lane to lane every time his ulti came off cooldown. He did a great job with that.
Every single time he popped Exorcism in fights, everyone was just run away from the DP.
I kind of felt that was just the flow of the game though, not necessarily because it was Dendy on Death Prophet. It was just like, well, this is happening, I'm gonna go with it.
Maybe they even do like Void +1. Or they have Bat Rider as an option too. They could just go like Bat DP, Bat OD. And they would have their pick off potential on Invoker too. Bat works really well against heroes that don't necessarily need help, or think they need help, like Invoker. Plus the cast range, or the sticky napalm really messes him up when he's trying to do all these cool Invoker things, you know, where he's just casting spells everywhere. It's really hard to turn your head.
And I guess with first pick Invoker and the precedent set by game 1 from Evil Geniuses, first picking OD still is a little bit scary, right? Having all that physical damage run at you.
So it's Chen, and what we thought it originally was going to be was Chen DP or Chen OD. Dang, called it, Austin.
Good job, buddy. High five.
No, it's like a super obvious response.
You still get a high five.
Bounty hunter.
So Bounty is taken by EG.
I mean, that's not terrible.
Fear has to play
Against
a
a Chen,
roamer.
it's not terribly surprising.
Fear has to play a roamer, by the way, in this meta. The way that EG splits their lineup is that all three of their cores require farm. It's just the way that it works. And oftentimes what you'll see is teams like, for example, Secret, where they'll sack their offlaner and Pylite Die will get a lot of the farm that's meant to go to him, the distribution. But on EG, they skip that entirely. They just have PPD play the role where he'll sit behind the hero a lot.
PPD Lion or something like PPD Lion,
exactly.
Crystal Maiden.
Is that because of the offlane? Is that because Sumail and RTZ play more farming cores?
Yeah.
And then the offlane position is no longer that kind of Clockwork Tusk Spirit Breaker offlaner sort of deal.
You can still play kind of like that, and Universe does to a certain extent, but he's always had the most success playing the farming roles.
Right.
In general, like the heroes, think about the heroes that you know him for is like Void, Darkseer. Those are heroes that you don't just like necessarily sack.
It's not even worth Navi banning Maiden or Lion, right? Because he's going to get one or the other for PPD. Like, you may be scared a little more of the Crystal Maiden against the Chen, just being frostbiting those creeps.
Yeah. You could do Witch Doctor, but I think Witch Doctor is too slow here.
Yeah. Witch Doctor was always really great with, you know, Juggernaut plus Chen, Witch Doctor, and you just go with mass healing into towers.
I was gonna suggest Phoenix for EG, but I don't know if PBD plays it, because I know Fear is their Phoenix player.
Yeah.
So that kind of limits things.
I mean, isn't that questionable? I always have problems. Maybe Blitz, you're going to say this is A-okay, but whenever I see a lineup, 2 supports that do not have hard disables, Chen Wisp, for example.
I think it's okay, but you have to structure your lineup really well. Like, there has to be a very specific timing window for that, because you're not relying on playing the catch-up game with those kinds of lineups. Because when you play the catch-up game, teams will just play split push, and you need at least one support that can burst down somebody. Okay, so Navi, that was the other hero that we said. They were going to take the Void.
Yeah.
They weren't going to take it in the last phase, they were going to take it in this one.
I would bet if Faceless Void was banned, they would have taken Bat Rider.
Yeah. Navi clearly, the way that it works is you have heroes that can just become interchangeable to the type of strategy that you want to play.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
So Evil Geniuses respond with Lion.
5 seconds remaining.
Do they go 3rd pick line or 4th pick line? I'm thinking like Arteezy, Ursa or something like that.
I think you snag it before Navi can get their hands on it, right? Because it can still work fine. Lion Chen, I mean, it's the same kind of examples, right? You have a 4-position roamer. You want to be able to have a heavy disabler, particularly against that Faceless Void.
Yeah.
Heavy disabler.
Lion is amazing against
Oh, yeah,
Void.
you hit level
Yeah.
2.
Plus, it's the most self-sufficient support that still does something without farm. Like, the Bounty Hunter is not going to help him a lot when it comes to wards, and he's going to soak up a lot of the experience. So you need one of those supports that are still super effective. And Finger of Death is always going to have a really great timing window, where no matter what, it's going to be okay.
Kind of guaranteed to kill.
Yeah.
You get some track gold in it, then you actually do get some items.
It's nice to get a 12-minute blink sometimes online, but occasionally you're running around 20 minutes in with just tranquil boots.
Yeah. All right, Navi. You want to leave your carry for last at this point in time, right? So
You could take Jug here.
Okay.
You could take Jug or Gyro. I'd be okay with either of those.
Is it not going to be Dikura safe lane OD? I mean, Dendy has played it a couple of times mid, but the majority of the time it is safe lane.
I think when they ran it safe lane, I really didn't like it. If they do that, then they would have to take something weird like.
I'm going to go Puck or something for Dendy.
Puck's okay. I think when they
Evil geniuses
Keeping
turn
Dendy's
to
hero
evil.
hidden, safe and secret.
I was just
Another-
about to mention, you need a saving hero for OD.
Yeah, that's a saving hero for the OD.
Why not
Why-
one Oracle?
They would have to Oracle is
I'm going to go Puck or something.
it's not a hard lockdown stun. 1 and 2 against players like Invoker, it's pretty good. Just because you can get on top of them. It's a gap closer as well.
You also don't know what the offlaner is yet. I think
10
certain
seconds
offlaners
remaining.
really abuse Oracle quite heavily.
5 seconds remaining.
Speaking of, Brood, Darkseer, Lone Druid, Nature's Prophet gone. You mentioned the Clockwork earlier, that's a hero we just do not see at all anymore.
No.
I think your options are like Beastmaster.
Bat,
Bat's actually pretty good here, just because Firefly would be pretty good to slow down.
Chen Creeps.
Yeah, and
It's one of those, one of the faster offlaners, right? And you want something that's a little bit faster in that regard, that comes online faster, goes for those early kills, pickoffs, when you have a bounty hunter.
I think Beastmaster's better though because Navi's lineup can Roshan so early, and you want to fight around that space.
Okay.
And it's hard with like Batrider is better at fighting at the Roche Pit, but I think Beastmaster, the vision that it gives you, it makes it impossible for Navi to go for something like a Desperation Smoke into Roche Pit.
Right. And Beastmaster is also particularly strong against Faceless Void. Once you have those Necronomicons, burn away that mana.
I think it just depends on what you favor. If you
Okay.
if you favor going later on into the game, then you can take a hero like Batrider and just Firefly on the ground. But
Navi
there goes
turn to
Beastmaster
ban.
because Radiant. You don't. I think I brought up the concept earlier. You don't want to give OD the Aegis, like under any circumstances. It makes it so hard to fight into an early Aegis plus drums and treads.
It gives
if
him
the hero does too much.
It gives him a free like secondary item as well.
Yeah.
Just farming up like into Rod of Atos or Blink.
So
5 seconds remaining.
cores on each side.
So you've got some somewhat pretty dangerous lockdown from the Faceless Void. You've got these big AoE nuke coming out from the OD. What kind of carry then is structured around that?
10 seconds
Besides
remaining.
the, I'm presuming, Spectre ban that comes out from Navi, seeing as that's kind of a staple of the scene.
That's a good ban. Up against the Chen especially.
Okay,
yeah.
so they banned the
Evil geniuses turn
New
to
hero?
That was fast too, because I was almost certain that if EG doesn't ban DP, remember we said if it was going to be the safe lane OD, then you have to take the DP in
Yeah.
that regard. I don't think the puck's strong enough. But
Legion Commander. I mean, it's get rid of
What
Hex
does
and
Legion
Lion.
Commander give us here?
Is purging off Beastmaster's Raw, Lion,
Yes.
and Track. There's three great things there to actually purge off with Press the Attack.
and you have a
5
lockdown against the
seconds
Invoker,
remaining.
which is really important because if you look at EG's lineup, I think Navi has enough to deal with the other side heroes.
You can purge Raw, right? And they can do Lasso.
I think you should take, if you're Navi,
10
or if you're
seconds
EG, Becker, Ursa.
Ursa Warrior.
Ursa is a hero that Legion Commander can pick up blade mail against, but besides that, Ursa is quite potent against Legion Commander.
I think Ursa's the better hero, but I threw in the spec because EG has been playing it pretty much like in every situation.
Yeah, and it's one of the few times
Yeah.
5th pick Spectre was still available.
But
as well.
Ursa's great here.
Yeah.
Ursa works really well against OD.
So, where are you leading here? EG with that last pick, Ursa, is that won your heart?
Yeah. I mean, we guessed our lineup, so I'm gonna favor it just because
Yeah.
it logically makes sense to me.
Durka.
Navi's back.
All right, one's gonna go with his brain, one's gonna go with his heart. I guess that leaves me to go for the tiebreaker. I don't know, the last time that we were on this analyst desk and